On November 22, 1963, the world came to a halt. President John F. Kennedy was fatally shot during a motorcade in Dallas, Texas. His death shocked the nation. This happened just 11 months before the end of his first term, and his death was not just a tragedy for the US, but also a turning point in 20th century history. His wife, Jacqueline Kennedy, found herself at the heart of this tragedy. Maintaining composure in public, she became a symbol of resilience and grief, despite the tragic event that forever changed their lives. This was not just a political moment, but also a personal loss for the Kennedy family. Jacqueline, who had been a steadfast support throughout her husband's career, faced one of the most harrowing trials of her life on that fateful day. On November 22, 1963, John F. Kennedy arrived in Dallas, Texas, to gather support for the 1964 election in the southern states. He was accompanied by his wife, Jacqueline, in an open limousine. They were joined by Texas Governor John Connally and his wife. The procession moved through the city center when, at 12:30 p.m. local time, 3 shots rang out. 2 of those shots struck the president, one in the back and the other in the head. He was rushed to Parkland Memorial Hospital, but was declared dead within 30 minutes. At that moment, the entire world seemed to freeze. Jacqueline Kennedy, witnesses said, remained calm next to her husband, showing restraint despite the horrific scene unfolding around them. After the president was shot, she became the symbol of loss and strength, maintaining her composure in the face of unspeakable grief. Immediately after the assassination, a massive operation began to apprehend any potential suspects. Less than an hour later, Lee Harvey Oswald, a 24-year-old worker at the Texas School Book Depository, was arrested. Oswald was charged with the murder of the president, but immediately questions arose about his possible involvement. Why was a man with seemingly no motive suddenly the assassin of a sitting president? By the time of his arrest, Oswald was also a suspect in the shooting of police officer J.D. Tippit, who was killed in the same area as Kennedy. Upon his arrest, Oswald denied his involvement and claimed he was being framed. Despite his denials, the official investigation soon concluded that Oswald acted alone. However, public opinion was divided, and many continued to doubt this version of events. Shortly after the assassination, the Warren Commission was formed to investigate the circumstances surrounding the event. The commission concluded that Oswald acted alone, and that the shots were fired from the 6th floor of the book depository where Oswald worked. However, many doubted this version. There were witnesses who claimed the shots came from different locations. Conspiracy theories began to grow in number. Over the years, theories surfaced suggesting that the Mafia, the CIA, or even foreign powers like the Soviet Union were involved. These theories only strengthened as time went on. These conspiracy theories continued to spread even after the Warren Commission issued its final report. Further investigations kept adding fuel to the fire, making it one of the most debated assassinations in history. After her husband's assassination, Jacqueline Kennedy became not only the widow of a president, but a symbol of strength. Despite her personal grief, she remained composed in the public eye. She became a beacon of resilience during the darkest moments in American history. Despite the unimaginable personal loss, Jacqueline continued to be a source of inspiration for the American people. She maintained her dignity through the public memorials and funerals, standing as a figure of grace under pressure. The assassination of John F. Kennedy marked a pivotal moment in American history. His death was not only a loss of a political leader, but also the destruction of a nation's hopes for a better future. To this day, the question remains, who was truly behind his assassination? Over the decades, the assassination has remained a subject of intense debate and investigation. No version has fully satisfied the public, and the questions surrounding it continue to linger. Regardless of who was truly behind the assassination of John F. Kennedy, his death continues to impact the historical memory of the United States and the world. It remains one of the most tragic and mysterious chapters in history, one that may never be fully unraveled. What do you think about the Kennedy case? Share your thoughts in the comments.